Now the last but one of the most important topic of this chapter is a comparative view between functional and divisional structures of the organization. So here it is very important, students, to understand the hierarchical chart. Like if there is the top authority of the organization, in the functional structure if I talk about, there are directly the functional heads, the functional managers to representing different functions of the organization like production, then HR, marketing, finance. So directly these functional heads come under the CEO. The various functions come right under the control of the main head of the organization. However, if we talk about this divisional structure, there is a CEO on the top. Below CEO, there are various divisions of the organizations, division 1, division 2, division 3, like maybe the organization is dealing in different lines of product, footwear, cosmetics, garments. So these divisions come up, and after the divisional heads, in each we get these functional managers, finance manager, production manager, marketing manager. It will be in division 1 as well as in division 2 as well as in division 3. So each division will have separate sort of managers working under them, because this structure, as you can see through the diagram, this structure looks more complex, with more hierarchical chains, 1 then 2, and here the chain of hierarchy is just 1 between the CEO and the functional managers. So now let us see, keeping this structure in mind, that what differences lie between the two. This functional structure is based on the functions, while the divisional structure is based on the product lines, because here the company is dealing with many products at a time. Here the specialization is expected in terms of functions, and this side the specialization is on the basis of product, like maybe in the garment sector, in cosmetics, in footwear, in the textile segment, like this. So here students, as you can see that there are different functional heads, but there is no department for a particular thing. It's difficult to fix the responsibility, while responsibilities can be easily fixed on the performance of particular divisions, because there is a clear-cut difference between the various divisions. And managerial development is quite difficult, as functional managers have to report immediately to the top management. Here the autonomy is more, because each department, each division is functional in its own, with own set of managers for dedicated specifically for a particular division. So here the autonomy is greater, and therefore managerial development becomes much easier. If we talk about the cost, students, as you can see, this structure is quite simpler and hence it is more economical. This structure being quite complex, it is also way too costly. As far as coordination is concerned, here it is quite difficult, because there is no segments under this. All managers, all functional managers have to report to a particular boss, the top management. But this side, since all functions are separate, they are having their own divisions in the main structure of the organization. A particular product is working with the full autonomy, and it is well integrated with one department in the organization, and hence coordination is very easy in that particular department. So these are the few differences between the two structures. Very important, students, it may come. You must, if it comes as a long answer, you must draw the diagrams as well. Now let us see a question that has been asked in the recent past from this topic, and the question says that identify and explain any 2 points of importance of the concept being discussed. So let us first identify this concept, and another question coming here is name and briefly explain a suitable framework for the company within which the managerial and operating tasks are to be performed. So we have to also suggest a framework. With framework we can also talk about structure. The organizational structure has been asked in the question. So let us read this study from the top. Infocom has diversified itself into several product lines: telecommunications, engineering, financial services, etc. Each subsidiary is self-sufficient with their own administrative functions. So you see students, this Infocom Limited company is dealing in various segments, various divisions and having many product lines. Therefore, each product line is having their own administrative functions and they are self-sufficient. People can assume responsibility for effective implementation of their decisions and they are given complete autonomy. This has reduced the need for direct supervision by superiors and has promoted flexibility and initiative and faster decision making. So, you see students, all these points are importance of a particular concept. That concept is nothing but decentralization, because the entire organization is working with full autonomy. Their own administrative functions, they are self-sufficient. So, all this shows that the organization is running on the principles of decentralization, and these are the benefits. We have to explain the importance of the concept which can be talked about here as we read in the previous video. GTCR, GTD, CRI. So, you can explain the importance from these points, leading to growth, development of the managerial talent, easier decision making, better control, relief to the top management and initiative amongst the employees. Then we have to ultimately talk about the suitable framework. So, as this Infocom has several product lines in its structure, we can suggest the divisional structure for them, because with divisions it will be easier to coordinate, it will be easier to give autonomy to the respective divisions and to get the work done in overall benefit of the organization. So, I hope the point is very clear and the concept is of functional versus divisional structure is clear to you to depict and get it identified in the case studies. Thank you.